Hi everybody, it's Helen McConnell here from helenmcconnell.com. And once a week I work at a place where I'm a personal trainer for people who do high intensity strength training. And one of our clients was in today and they mentioned, well, didn't just mention, kind of complained how much weight they'd gained since COVID started. So I'm calling it pandemic weight gain. It's pretty common, seems to be. I want to talk to you today about those types of things, gaining weight and what we say about it and think about it and how we can change this whole phenomenon and not suffer so much anymore. If you've gained weight during the pandemic, this video is for you. But the first thing I want you to do is stop telling people you've gained weight. I want you to stop complaining about it, feeling miserable about it. I want you to stop looking in the mirror and going, oh my God, you've gotten so fat. Because here's the thing, your mind and body hear what you think and say. So if you are not comfortable saying, I love how I feel right now, then don't say anything about it and do your best not to think about the weight gain. Don't judge yourself. And we're going to do some tapping on that, because when we judge and complain, our body hears it as marching orders. Those are my marching orders. Oh, like when someone says, oh, I've gotten so fat. Aye, aye, Captain. So let's take that out of the vocabulary into ease your way into more and more believable statements that are on the opposite end of that. I take really good care of myself. My body is my temple. I love my body. My body supports me. Things like that. Okay, start there. And that's what I want you to think. Anytime you think, oh my God, these clothes don't fit, or people are thinking I'm fat, or switch your thinking over to this other line of thinking, definitely more positive, but not fake. I don't want you saying I'm slim and trim if you don't believe that you are. The tapping I'm going to show you is going to help you get to this point where your body starts to naturally go to its best weight. Okay, so let's start tapping. I'm hopefully going to give you a little bit of mind-blowing tapping. So just start on the top of your head. We're not doing traditional EFT. This is another form of tapping. Tap on top of your head and say, I release all my emotional attachments on the eyebrow to my weight. And just tap around, and you can just kind of notice what comes up when you say that. Tap and notice. All the way to under the arm. Take a breath in and notice if you notice anything. Most people say that they notice some relief just saying that. So if you notice some relief, let's do it one more time. We're going to do it again, but before we do, I want to tell you what emotional attachments are. They're negative beliefs and feelings. Since we're saying I release all my emotional attachments to my weight, we're just letting go of everything that isn't natural. So you're going to probably want to do this one every day, but don't overdo it. The whole idea is let it flow. Do it once or maybe twice a day, but that's it. Just nice and simple. I release all my emotional attachments on the eyebrow to my weight. And just notice what you notice. Are you exhaling a little more fully? Are you feeling a little lighter in your energy? Okay, and just tap all the way around. All right, and then take a nice gentle breath in and think about your body, how it feels right now. What does your body feel like? And I want you to just tap as you notice how your body feels. And please don't judge it. Just notice, oh, it feels a little stiff there or uncomfortable there. Just notice. And tap all the way through. Tap all the way through the points. And then take another gentle breath. And just imagine if you had never judged yourself or anyone else's weight, how free your body would be to be itself. the body regulates itself. Our mind and our thoughts are what get in the way. So just allow yourself to breathe through this. And if you have pandemic weight that just added to previous excess weight, tap like this. I release all my emotional attachments to my weight. We're going to keep tapping a little bit and say, I release all my emotional attachments under the eye to the projections my mind makes about my weight. Keep tapping. I choose to become comfortable on the collarbone with my weight. Under the arm. I choose to be comfortable in my body. Okay. Take a nice deep breath. We want to be comfortable so that we don't have to eat to try to be comfortable. We don't have to eat comfort food. We don't have to eat junk, which is what we do. I do it too, but more and more I find myself eating junk food less and less. And that's a beautiful thing. But more importantly, it's not even about that. It's about loving this temple that is my body. All right, I've created a whole series of videos. So I'm just going to do a little bit at a time. Check out the entire series of pandemic weight and tap along with all of those videos. So now I'm going to show you one more thing before this video ends. This could be a real eye-opener for you, and I want you to remember to tap if this makes you uncomfortable, which actually, quite frankly, it would be ideal if it makes you uncomfortable, because then you know something is going on. When we resist something, or we want to say, oh, that's bullshit, or you don't understand, or anything like that, that's our inner resistance. It's kind of scary, because if you want anything to change in your life, you have to change your thinking. Otherwise, it's just insanity. I'm thinking the same thoughts over and over, and I'm expecting different results, and that's just not going to happen. So I want you to consider this. This will be the sort of the food and nutrition part of this tapping. Is there a particular thing, a food or wine or alcohol or something that you've been ingesting during the pandemic that maybe you've been ingesting more of it than normal, and telling yourself that you're consoling yourself with this food or beverage? Okay, just think of that food, and all I want you to do is tap while you think of that food, whatever it is. It might be ice cream, or it might be red wine, or it might be martinis or margaritas or cookies or bread, whatever the comfort foods are for you. And while you're not currently eating that or drinking that item, I want you to ask yourself, is it possible I could be comfortable without consuming this item? What would my life be without this one item? Just think of one item. I'm not asking you to do anything about it, just think about it. What would your life be without this one item? And I want you to tap around the points, and if you can, if you're alone or if you trust the people who are there, say out loud what you think about not having this item anymore. Let's just use like chocolate ice cream, innocuous enough. Oh my God, I can't live without chocolate ice cream. Under the eye. Chocolate ice cream is my best friend. Under the nose. I love my chocolate ice cream. On the chin. I can't imagine going a day without chocolate ice cream. Collarbone. Chocolate ice cream keeps me sane. Under the arm. Chocolate ice cream keeps me comfortable. Okay, and then just tap and say, that's some old thinking. On the eyebrow. Old, repetitive thinking. Side of the eye. Negative, unconscious thinking. Under the eye. I'm thinking that ice cream is my best friend. Under the nose. And I'm wondering, why I've gained weight. On the chin, I'm thinking I couldn't be comfortable without ice cream. Collarbone. And yet, ice cream has made me very uncomfortable. Under the arm, I'm thinking I can't live without ice cream. Top of the head. And yet I want to live and be healthy. And now I just want you to tap around and notice. Add anything that you want to add in there about ice cream or whatever your food is, beverage. Now I want you to take that one step further and think about this food or beverage item, this one thing, and what it might be like. Just notice your body, what it feels like when you consider the possibility of not having this thing anymore. Just feel what it feels like. Just one thing. I'm not asking you to give up everything. Just pick one item. And you don't even have to do it. I just want you to begin to notice what it causes in your body. Okay, so let's say it's chocolate ice cream. Tap like this and say, I release all my emotional attachments on the eyebrow to chocolate ice cream. And just tap around the points. Notice what comes up in your thoughts, any sensations that come up. And if you feel any sensation about releasing your attachments to chocolate ice cream, take the second part of that type of tapping and tap and say, I restore right energy flow and balance on the eyebrow to this place in my body. And then breathe into that place, wherever it is. And this one thing could lead you down a rabbit hole. So if it leads you down to a rabbit hole of like, oh my God, I'm so sad. I can't even think about not having ice cream, or wherever it leads you, tap while you follow it. Just gently, lovingly. Don't go into trauma or anything. Just tap and notice. You may come up with a memory of when you were a kid. Chocolate ice cream was the best moment of the week, or chocolate ice cream was the worst moment of the week, or if you were like me, you'd try to sneak seconds of chocolate ice cream because you could never get enough, or whatever it is. That's part of the attachment that keeps you eating chocolate ice cream now in the midst of change, because everything's changing. And continue to say this. I release all my emotional attachments on the eyebrow to chocolate ice cream. And just tap around the points. Notice what you notice. And if you are still getting a memory of when you were a kid, just think about that time. Just say, I remember when chocolate ice cream was the best moment of the week. You don't really need to say anything. Just turn your attention to that memory. I don't want to leave you stirred up or agitated. So if you're not calmer than you were when we started, then keep tapping. Go back and watch this again. Tap through this food part of it, or any part of it that seems to have triggered you. Because I want to help you get comfortable in your body, have inner peace, and to love yourself. All right, subscribe to my channel. Be sure and watch all the videos in this pandemic weight gain series. Leave your comments below. Here's to your emotional freedom.